This high definition rearview mirror has to be one of the best technologies that Chevy offers. I really like this. Look at this. You can zoom in and zoom out. And watch how I drive away. I mean, this is so cool. Really cool. So what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a video on the 2020 Chevy Silverado 3500 dually. Now, I've never done a dually video before for Chevy, so this is the first time, and I'm excited because this is going to be a Weight Watchers truck edition. So this will be part one, and I'll show you guys a video with a big toy hauler that I did a review on, and I think that would be a really good mesh up because this truck has pretty big numbers, but that toy hauler was pretty heavy. So you may need a cabin chassis truck or something like that, but we're gonna see. This truck should do the trick here, but hang tight. Let's go ahead and get into the review. Alright, so before we get started with the review, I always like to show the window sticker to show you the options and features, that way you know what's standard and what's optional. Now this is a beautiful color. This is a shadow gray metallic, and it's gonna have the jet black interior. And then this is gonna be your standard equipment here. I'm not gonna go over all these things, so be sure to pause. And up top here, these are all the other exterior features that are gonna be standard. Now base price for this truck is gonna be $47,800. And this is going to be your options that will come on this truck. So Duramax, All-Star Edition, all those are good things to definitely have, especially if you need to tow a big trailer. And that All-Star Edition package definitely does add a lot of features to this truck, so be sure to take a look at this if it's something that you might want to have on your truck. Convenience package, $1135, and this is going to upgrade a lot of good things like that 8-inch diagonal touchscreen. And it's going to continue over here. And the next thing is going to be the gooseneck fifth wheel prep package, leather package, which is available for the LT. Now this does have the assist steps. I want to show those to you on the outside. I'm not a huge fan of the styling of these, but let me know your thoughts on this. And this does have the front bucket seats. If you do not opt for this, you would get a front bench. And then over here is everything else that you're going to get. It's a lot of features on this truck. This truck has almost $20,000 of features. 342 axle, gross vehicle weight rating is going to be 14,000 pounds with 17-inch wheels, and you're going to have a total price of $68,520. Alright guys, so here it is. This is the 2020 Chevy Silverado you just saw the window sticker for. 8-foot bed, crew cab configuration, and I really do like this color. I like the black accents, like with the fender flares, the mirrors, and even on the front grille. Now you're going to have halogen headlights, LED fog lights, so if you do want LED headlights, you're going to have to step up to a LTZ. But overall, really nice truck. Love the grille, very clean looking. Like the hood scoop that you get on the hood. And as you guys can see, chrome bumpers with those parking sensors below. And then you have your badge for your Allison transmission and Duramax. And I mentioned this in the last video I did on the Chevy, but you do have a plug just below for your engine block heater too. Love where it's at. If they put it on the front, it can get damage, of course, or it could get debris build up around here. I see that they put some dielectric grease on those connections, so nice touch to that, kind of keep it protected. Now just off to the side, you do have a 17-inch wheel wrapped in, 235/80/17. And you do have a front independent suspension. And check out how big that sway bar is. That's pretty big. And I drove this truck around the lot. So far, this truck rides really good. It might ride better than a Ford truck. Definitely rides better than a Ram in my opinion. But in the comment section, let me know what you guys think about these running boards. These are not my favorite style of running boards. These are like the tubular ones. They're definitely usable. I mean, I like why they sit away from the cab. But in the comment section, what do you guys think about this design? And one thing I will mention too is they're hollow. So up here in Maryland, when they start putting road salt down, road salt will get inside of these and start rusting them out. So that's just something to keep in mind. They look good today, but 5-6 years from now they're going to start rusting. Overall, I do like Chevy's tow mirrors. They are pretty big. You have accent lights on the front, You have a spotlight here, convex just below. Now, because this is an LT, these are going to be manual pull-out. So if you have to put it in tow mode, you have to use your hands to pull it out for tow, or to close it, you have to push it back in. But they are power with a push of a button to close them. Oop, I pushed the wrong button actually. This button right here. So you can close those by the push of a button if you're parking somewhere. But one thing I do like about this truck is they do give you the smart key system for the front doors as well for the rear doors. Really nice feature. Most other cars only give it to you on the front doors. If you have small kids or if you need to put something back here, it's nice and convenient to just have to come here just to push the button, open the door, as opposed to coming up here. I know it's not a big walk, but it's just, I like that. I like that they didn't cheap out and just put it on the front doors. So good job, Chevy. I do know a big complaint on the previous generation Chevy heavy duties was the DEF fill. I remember you had to go in the, I think up front to fill that, but here they do give it to you as a place to fill it up, and pretty easy. You know, just twist this off and you just put your DEF in, and same thing goes for your diesel. Some manufacturers don't give you caps. My truck doesn't have caps from the factory for the diesel, but they do give you one for the DEF. But ultra low sulfur is what this truck is required to run. Side step. And if you do get a heavy duty 3500 1-ton truck, whatever you want to call it, they do give you overload leaf springs, which is going to be these 3 leaves right here. And then this is just a standard leaf spring that they give you. You cannot get an air suspension option for these trucks, but I'm pretty sure in time Ford and Chevy might catch on and start doing the same thing that Ram does there. Whenever you're looking at a dually, you have to take a second and just look at the back end of this truck. This is a big boy truck, wide back end. Love the dual wheels, looks so good. And while we're down here, you can drop that tailgate. Oh, something's probably blocking it. I don't know if you guys noticed, but you do have LED lights too out back. Really nice touch to the rear end. And you have your 7-pin connection right here. And they also give you connections for your cameras. However, I do notice that when you see inside the bed, there are no connections for that. You do have your sensors out back too. Class 5 receiving hitch. And then this is how you're going to lower that spare tire. They do give you some cameras out back. One's going to be for your backup camera for your 8-inch. And then one's going to be for your high definition rear view camera. You have your puck system, which was an option. They give you your 4-pin and 7-pin inside of here with LED lights. They give you a regular plug out back too, 120 volt, 400 watts. And I do know on the shorter bed Silverados, they do give you your prep package a little bit behind the axle. And on the shorter bed trucks, you can actually do a 90-degree turn. I did a video in the past showing that on the Silverados. I thought that was really cool, and that's something that Chevy's definitely doing good. I hope that Ford and Ram kind of catch on and do the same thing. But spray and bed on looks really good. They do give you some cameras on that high mount. I'll show that to you guys inside. I like the way that looks too. It looks really nice. These lights up here look really good. And here's just the other side. I do like that Chevy puts these steps on the side. Put one here, one here. This is a big truck, so 8-foot bed. You want to be able to, you know, try to grab things from each angle, so that kind of gives you nice positions to do that. But one thing you also have to do while we're on this topic is you got to add your clearance lamps. I really do think these add a really nice touch. I mean, even on this truck here, you can kind of see having those clearance lamps. It just makes it look like a big boy truck to me. All right, so this is my first time driving a dually from Chevrolet for the 2020 model year, and I mean, so far it's definitely stiffer with the overload leaf springs compared to the 3/4 ton. It's not bad, it's just stiffer. Like, I can tell overall the suspension is a little tighter, and I can feel a little bit more of the bumps in the road too. Now that could also be because of the dual rear wheel, but for the most part it's still comfortable. It's probably comparable to the Ford, I would say, mostly. If you get any Ram with the air suspension, it will definitely improve the ride. But I love the noise this truck makes. This truck makes a lot of noise. It's a loud diesel. Yeah, it feels really good. I mean, on smooth roads, you forget you're driving a dually truck, really. I mean, it handles well with the independent front suspension. Yeah, it's definitely stiffer, and I can feel a little bit more bumps in the road. But I could drive this every day. But then again, I have a 1-ton truck, so I'm just probably really biased. Like, I don't really care about the ride as much, and I don't drive my truck every day either. So that's something you might have to consider. But this is not bad. I mean, once you put a trailer behind this thing, it's gonna ride like a Cadillac anyway. So make sure you have a big trailer. All right, my camera's gonna die, so hopefully I can give you guys a quick acceleration. Of course, there's a lot of cars coming, so here we go. Not bad. Now under the hood, you are going to have a 6.6 liter Duramax. It's going to have 445 horsepower, 910 pound-feet of torque, has a 342 axle, and it's also going to have a 10-speed Allison transmission. Now I've been hearing online that it's not a true made-in-house Allison. They say that it's stamped with the name on there, but it's really built by General Motors. Checking out the interior, as you guys saw on the window sticker, you can opt to have an LT with leather. Here's my recommendation. If you're looking at this truck, be sure to look at the pricing for an LTZ and LT, because these seats are heated, but they're not cooled. But you can get cool seats on an LTZ. This truck doesn't have LED headlights. You can get that on an LTZ. So there's a few things that I would probably be interested in that this truck does not have. But overall, if you don't really care about the things I just mentioned, then this truck will definitely work for you. But as you guys can see on the door here, these areas are going to be soft touch. These are the areas that need to be soft touch at the very least. And down here, all hard plastic. You do get storage and 2 cup holders for water bottles. There is no Bose sound system, something that comes standard typically on the LTZ. 10-way driver's seat, which was an option. And you do have a telescoping steering wheel. You have 2 driving modes for your tow haul mode and for off-road. I don't know why you would take a dually off-road, but some people do. 4-wheel drive system, and this is how you control the lights for the truck. Electronic parking brake just below here. But I do like the overall setup of this. This is really clean. This is a very basic design. Chevy did not go all out for this interior. We'll be honest here. But it works. It's clean. It's easy. The only thing I wish they would change is these harder plastics around the interior. That's the only thing I would probably want. Like even down here, hard plastics. So that's really it. I mean, this truck does have the bucket seats up front, so you do have a bigger center console. And these plugs are going to be for your like your camera system for your trailer. You do have cup holders and some storage for maybe your phone. And this is a nice usable space down here. I like this. They give you 2 USBs, power, like just your basic old school power outlet, and then you have a plug here. Trailer brake was to the left of your USBs, and you do have type A and type C USBs and auxiliary with the SD card holder here, probably for your navigation. You do have push button start. You put your foot on the brake, hit the button, and it does give you the sweep. Really nice touch to this. I will say I don't have a lot of gas, so I'm not going to go over a lot of this stuff. If you do want to check all of your information, you do have these 2 arrows, left and right. If you hit left, and then the toggle switch will let you go through everything here. A lot of good information. Love that they give you a DEF gauge, and then it takes you back up to the top for your trip A and trip B. They call it trip 1 and trip 2. Love this lever to pull down for your gears. Really easy to use. Feels good when you pull it. And if you don't opt this to have navigation, you can get Apple CarPlay. And like I said, this is a really easy system to use. You know, one thing that I wanted to show you guys was the cameras. You do have those bed cameras, and this is the camera you guys just saw. If you need to hook up to your hitch, you have that one. And if you're hooked up to a trailer, you have two areas that you saw out back that you can hook up to. And then this is for your lines. So if we were to put this in reverse, they can give you those two lines, or they can give you this the one here to hook up your trailer. Really clean, really easy to use, and pretty high definition screen too for the most part. And don't forget you have this camera view up here. You do have a button here to slide the rear window. They do give you LED lights front and rear, and you do have HomeLink too. One thing I noticed too is you don't have lights inside your vanities. They definitely have to put one on this side for the wife though. The wife has to have, oh, she's not gonna like this truck, just to let you know now. Now out back you do have this nice material that follows it back. On the other truck I reviewed, they did not put this nice trim piece back here. They just left it like with a hard plastic. You do have a 60/40 bench out back. And I love these all-weather floor mats too. They do cover all the way across the floors to protect that carpet. They give you the air vents, USBs, and a power outlet back here. Seat back pockets. Love this truck, guys. Really nice truck. A little bit of storage under the seat too, not a lot. But they make up for it because they give it to you inside the seat too. And I think this is the only manufacturer that's doing something like this for the truck segment. You also have two cup holders in the center here. And if I didn't show it, you have one here too on each side. Out back, the rear seat is actually pretty comfortable. They do raise the roof back here to give you more space. They do the same thing up front because you don't have a sunroof. And this seat's all the way back. And I'm comfortable. There is no hump in the center, so anyone that's sitting in the center will actually find that to be a plus. If you have older kids, if you have 3 older kids, I should say, really, this may not be as comfortable, but I think that's what you have to deal with these types of trucks, because these seats do not recline. I would love to see them add that, maybe for a mid-cycle refresh, to add that to that. They really need to do something with this interior too, just to kind of stay afloat against the other competitors. I mean, I know a lot of people say it's a truck, but at the end of the day, they got to be competitive. But this is a really, really spacious truck, and I don't feel like tight back here. It's really easy to get in and out of, and it's definitely one I would definitely consider looking at if you're in the market. The steering's a little vague up front on this truck. I can make this truck dance right now. Like, look at that. Like, I don't like that. That might be a negative on the independent suspension. I like a little bit more firmness. Like this truck, if you can see I mean, it is just loose, but still comfortable. Now let's try out this exhaust brake on this truck too. So 7th gear. Oh yeah. You can tell it's not as aggressive as Rams, but it's still pretty good though. And you can't really tell if you don't have a trailer hooked up. I don't think the exhaust brake works as good. Sometimes I'll turn my exhaust brake on just to heat up my engine, like in the morning time, especially when it's really cold outside. And whenever I, go to downshift, it's not as aggressive as when I have my trailer hooked up to it. But overall, nice handling truck. Visibility is good, quiet, and brakes really strong, like really good brakes. And I would definitely, as I said in a previous Chevrolet video I did, I would put this on your list of trucks to check out before you make a final decision. Now, if you're looking at the numbers for this truck that we just reviewed, you're gonna have a gross axle weight rating up front at 5,600 pounds. The rear, 10,500 pounds. Gross vehicle weight is gonna be 14. And then this is gonna be for your trailering information. You just saw the GVWR. Gross combined weight rating, 40,000 pounds. You're gonna have a curb weight of 8,654 pounds. Sorry about that. Max payloads 5,346. Conventional trailer, 20,000 pound trailer. Towing behind the truck. Not on the fifth wheel, but just on the back of the hitch. Max tongue weight 2,000. Gooseneck trailer 31,100 pounds. Max tongue weight 4,665 pounds. So keep in mind, any cargo, any passengers is gonna either increase or decrease that number. So let's go ahead and wrap things up here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Part 2, I'm going to show you guys the numbers for this one with that voltage trailer made by Dutchman. So be sure to stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys really soon.